Okay, we're going to have a little humor here. Not from me. LaurenSpivack is going to come up and give us a, I believe, a theatrical presentation here. From that brief. Come on, Lauren.
Hello, my name is LaurenSpivack, and not running for anything. I have the honor to have written the first really comprehensive history of the Obama administration. And the first one, for sure, that's in rhyme. It was based on an epiphany that I had about a year ago, that the personality of Barack Obama is essentially the same personality as the Cat in the Hat. You know, the Cat in the Hat bursts into the house, he wrecks everything, he never guesses that he's doing anything wrong, and then he brings in his two friends, Thing 1 and Thing 2, who make it even worse. And I'm like, it's Reed and Pelosi. It just fits. And then there's this fish warning everybody about the cat, and he turned into Glenn Beck, and before long, we had a book that goes from election 2008 through the end of last year. I'm not going to read it all to you, just some highlights, okay? It's kind of a history of our times. The sun did not shine. The Iraq War dragged on, and our once great economy was almost all gone. I sat there with Franklin, we sat there, we too. I wished at that moment for somebody new. The big tent Republicans kept expanding the state, and the health of our country was quite far from great. So all we could do was to fret, 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 fret. We did not like Bush, and didn't care who we get. Then someone yelled change. How that change sounded strange. We looked at the TV and saw him thereat. We looked and we saw him, a new Democrat. And he said to us, why are you frowning like that? I know you are poor and the outlook's not sunny, but we can have fun with other people's money. I know some good games we can play, said the Cat. I know some good tricks, said the new Democrat. We can bail out the banks, I'll find the money with ease. We can borrow it all from my friends, the Chinese. Then Franklin and I did not know what to say. The voters don't want to be governed this way. And Glenn said, no, no, make that fool go away. Tell that Democrat Cat that your grandkids will pay for his profligate spending, his lust for power and pelf. He's not helping you. He only cares for himself. Now, have no fear, said that agent of hope. My plans are not bad. You have to stop saying no. We can stimulate everyone, if only you let, with a game that I call up with the debt. Cut that out, said old Glenn. This is not a sound plan. You can't bring prosperity to a country or man by just handing out cash when there's nothing produced. Only when the power of production is loosed can you hope to give our general welfare a boost. Let's be clear, said the Cat. I know just what to do. I'll take over GM and then Chrysler too. Then the people who make the post office so fast will make your new car, since your old one won't last. With my cash for clunkers, you'll be paid to destroy your old SUV so that we can employ more union workers whose votes aren't in doubt. And when it all falls apart, we'll just bail them out. I can change all the things that once made us great, and if you disagree, why, you're just filled with hate. Yes, I'll pay for my votes with the money I tax, but that is not all I do. Just sit back and relax. I'll build myself up and make America small, but that is not all. No, that is not all. I'm going to skip about iPods to the Queen and cap and trade and the arrival of Thing 1 and Thing 2. We'll go to healthcare. Now here is the game that they like, said the Cat. They want to run healthcare and chip away at your freedom of choice, because they know what's best for you and your family. Please don't try to protest. Of course it might mean that Grandma must go. Our friendly death panel will be letting you know. But their plan isn't popular. So guess what they'll do? They'll be bribing your congressman to vote against you. A new bridge to nowhere, a trip to Brazil, some retirement cash, and you'll foot the bill. Those Dems got to work, and they got to work quick. Tore up the Constitution, and then gave it a kick. They banged it around from ceiling to floor and said it's a living document. Glenn said, not anymore. They undermined the freedom on which our republic depends and took taxpayer money to spend on their friends. Okay, I'm going to skip cap and trade and immigration and things like that and skip to the climax, which is the return of the voters. Then Glenn said, look, look, and we all turned his way. The voters were coming for election day. Oh, what will they do to us? What do they want? Said Dem 1 to Dem 2, with the cat, nonchalant. Do something fast, cat, said Dem 1, don't you know? The voters are coming, and they're not coming slow. As fast as you can, think of something to do. Let's find a disguise, said Dem 1 to Dem 2. Say the recession forced us to act. We're really quite moderate. Did you know? It's a fact. We can dress in new clothes when the voters come round. We'll sidestep our actions upon which they frowned. Have no fear, said the cat. The voters love me. They're just like the press and their messiah, you see. Those millions of people, he said, sounding flat, want my hope and my change. I'm their new Democrat, and I've been working so hard to change everything and be their sole source of hope. I'm their socialist king. Nothing will stop me from being their hero. Why, I bet I could come out for a mosque at Ground Zero. I'm not so sure, said old Glenn. They look awfully mad. Perhaps they just want the freedoms they had. So America waited on that cold, cold, wet day to see what the voters would do with their say. Would they learn to love socialism, keep Dem 1 and Dem 2, or would they strike back for freedom? What would you do?
Freedom.
Anyhow, thank you very much. It is, if you're interested in seeing the whole book of illustrations, I have some with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren.